Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Monster Hunter. I'm HazzD. Last time we went out and defeated the Giant Cuckoo for the first time. I died for the first time. This time we're going to go out and explore the desert. But first I want to talk to this lady here. Hello. Have you been using flash bombs? A flash bomb is an item that blinds the opponent. But flash bombs won't work on monsters that dive underground though. What would you do if you ran into a monster like that? Maybe if you had some kind of loud noise you'd be able to scare it back up to the surface. But I've never ever heard of a monster that could dive underground. Anyway, so it's no use talking about it, I guess. Okay, but what she's saying is actually something that relates to our quest. Obviously, I would not have talked to her unless it somehow relates or is somehow helpful. Unless I had no one else to talk to, but never mind. We're going to go into Combine, and we're going to combine Fire Herb with Nitro Shroom, which creates Gunpowder. And if I combine Gunpowder with a Scream... Ooh, unselect that. Gunpowder with Screamer, it'll create... a sonic bomb emits a powerful high-frequency sound upon detonation. You could use this on the Giant Cuckoo at certain moments during the fight, so that could be quite useful then, but this time is exceptionally helpful for the quest we're going to do. So I suggest having a few of these. If not, you can get them in the quest, so it's not a problem. Something else you may have noticed is that I have cool drinks, because where we're going, it's going to be hot, so you're going to need some cool drinks. So I'm well prepared. I'm using the hammer again. It's the same as last time, nothing new. So let's select our quest, and it's the Liver of Legend. Doesn't sound that incredible, but we're going to the desert. You get a reward of 600 zenny, 150 contract. Deliver 3, I think it's meant to be French, piscine livers, piscine. I think it's meant to be French for fish, but I can't quite tell. Never mind, we'll just say piscine livers, piscine livers. The requester is a foreign peddler. I deal in rare items that I find in the desert. That's very specific and rather unfortunate. I've got a buyer for water wyverns and sand wyvern livers. Deliver 3 livers to me. Okay, water wyverns, we haven't seen any of those yet. You're slightly going to notice in this quest is that they love to refer to a certain water wyvern that will appear really late in this game. You won't see it for ages, but never mind. They're going to refer to it anyway, spoil the surprise. But anyway, let's head on out to our new area, the desert. So this is going to be pretty good. New area, that's what we've been doing a lot of recently. New areas, new monsters, new quests. So yeah, things are starting to pick up now. 3 stars where things really get going. They really start to pick up, and some say after this it's where it starts to get really difficult, but never mind. I'm going to head over to this blue chest. As you can see, there is nothing in the base camp to collect, so I'm just going to grab up these items. As you can see, they supply you with some sonic bombs. I've got more than enough to create some more, so that's not a problem. I've got more than enough cool drinks and some there if I need backup. I've got 3 sonic bombs for now, but let's eat these rations as always. I'm going to head through area 1, 3, 5, 10, 11, 7, 9, 8, and then to 2 and 6, just to show off everything, sorry. Because where we need to be is in 7 and 8. As you can see, they're huge areas. That's where the desert is. But I want to show off things like this first. This is a Apsaurus. Apsaurus. It's a new type of herbivore that's actually really aggressive. It's going to chase after you. So what I'm going to do is go over to this ledge here to try and get away from it, because you can jump up here and be relatively safe. Let's turn around and have a look at one of these guys. There we go. So, hunted for their meat, which is buried under a thick armoured hide. Aggressive compared to Amplanov, hunting them will be a challenge. Apsaurus eggs are a valuable guy commodity. So yeah, these guys are route to one of the most annoying quests ever. As you can guess, it's an egg quest. We'll get onto that later. But for now, he's just getting really aggressive with this wall, which kind of looks dodgy, so I'm going to leave the area. There is nothing of real importance in here. I think most of what's in here is just berries and plants, so there's nothing too incredible that you can get in any other area. So I'm going to head into area 3. As you can see, you don't need a cool drink yet, but when I step into area 3, I still don't need a cool drink. Okay, I thought this was going to be one of those areas where you need a cool drink because of it being a desert area, but as you can see, there is another monster. This episode is going to be filled with bios, so be prepared for that. Let me just get up its bio. There we go. As you can see, this, if I go over close to one, is a subspecies of the Velociprey, found mainly in desert zones. Traveling in packs, their large fangs and claws contain a neurotoxin that is used to stun and paralyze prey. So these guys, they have a stunning subtype, not subtype, what am I thinking? I'm thinking of Pokemon, I think. No, they have a stunning element, I think I'm going to have to call it, because I can't think of a better term. So yeah, these guys, they pack stunning sacks. So these guys are the new type of Velocipray you're going to find in these areas. They're quite tough, quite a bit tougher than Velociprays you saw. I smacked them a couple of times with this, and they, well, only one of them went down, so be aware these guys are kind of tough. You're going to see them mostly in deserts areas, sorry, and volcanoes. Suddenly had a moment where I couldn't talk, that was a bit weird. But never mind, heading out. Area 3 had nothing really of note in there other than King Cactus. Not King Cactus, that's the online version of it, sorry. It has Cactus Flower, which is used for herbal medicine, which is a sort of a healing item, which you'll use more online. I'll go over it more in detail when, well, later on when we can actually, I think we can't create it just yet, but when we can create it, or when it becomes useful, I'll go over it. This area, if I was to head over here, but first I'm just going to take some of these guys out probably because I just want to get them out of the way. Out you go, there we go, that's one down. Oh no, he's back up again. So as you can see, these guys are kind of tough, and as you can see, they also took off quite a bit of health. Okay, I'm probably going to ignore them for now since I don't really want to get into a massive fight with them, and hammer's not really the best weapon to use. But if I come over here, where these rocks are, I will find a frog. Frog is that one special type of bait that I was going over in the jungle, where I said this type of bait is kind of special for something, and it's special for something in this area, which I'm actually going to the wrong place. If I go to 5, I'll be able to show off the area where it's used for something in a lot later quest. It's in a quest in 5 stars, so you won't be using this for a long time. So if you want to stock up on them, that's fine, but you won't be using them for a long time. This cave, you require hot drinks in here because it's cold. So my stamina is going to drop at twice the normal rate. You can see it's full of Gemprey. That's what they're called. I don't know if I actually said their names. They're called Gemprey. I just suddenly thought, wait a minute, I haven't named them. The only thing in here is insects. So if you're looking for insects such as thunderbugs, you can get them in here very rarely, but it's probably not the best resource to come, well, not the best place to get that resource, since there are a lot better places to get bugs, such as the forest and hills and the jungles. But for now, I'm going to head to Area 10 and go over what's in there. So let's run, get past the Gemprey. Gemprey, I think that's the name. I don't quite know how to pronounce it. Like everything else in this game, all of the monsters have ridiculous names for some reason. As you can see, this area is filled with Malinxes. That's one name I think I can pronounce. In here, there isn't anything too special again, if I'm not mistaken. It's just berries and stuff. But if you come over to where here is, I've been told, or I haven't been told, I've been informed by a guide that you can get stones and whetstones here. So if you're running low on whetstones, you can get them there, so that's quite nice. And coming up here, you can see there's another one of these ledges, which have become very helpful in a very late quest. You can see these markings, so let's head in here, and in Area 11, we have the Malinx's base. So in here, you can come and get all of your items back. As you can see, they've got very stylish houses. They kind of look like the houses from Tatooine, which is kind of cool. So that's pretty sweet. Over here, you can get bugs. So if I had a net, I could get some bugs here. That'd be quite nice. As you can see, they have the trolley again. You have to question, where do they keep these trolleys in areas like the jungle, where they don't have an area for their own den? So that's kind of strange, but never mind. Let's head on out into the bigger areas, Area 7 and Area 2, and have a look at the branching off areas there, because they're the only places we have yet to go to. So let's head on in, and as you can see, because it's so hot, my health is slowly draining over time, so I'm going to have to drink a not a hot drink. A hot drink doesn't solve anything. You have to drink a cold drink to cool you down. In this area, it's just one of the bigger areas where you're going to face a lot of the monsters in this game. Or, well, not the monsters in this game, the monsters in this area, in this zone, are fought in this area. So, as you can see, that's what we're here for, that monster over there, called a Cephalos, I believe. Cephalos, I don't know. They all have really weird names that I can't pronounce. So, there you go, as you can see, they swim through the sand like it was water. Wyverns found only in the desert. They resemble Cephalos, which is the monster that I still can't pronounce. Cephalos, I don't know. They are a cousin of this monster. Later on in 5-star, you'll be able to see more. It's the monster they were hinting to in the quest details. So that's that monster. But back to these guys. They live and swim in sand rather than water. They seldom appear above land, but when their hearing is disturbed and it cuts off there, I don't know why that description just cuts off like that, but it does. It probably goes on to explain more in another description that you'll get into later on, but instead of me just running around in circles doing nothing, I'm going to head over to Area 9 to explain stuff in there. So let's head in there. In we go, into this cave. There are a lot of caves in this area. In this cave, there is not a whole lot other than this dung pile where you can get cuckoo scales, and over there you can fish. I believe you can also get king cactus. I keep thinking of king cactuses because that's the online equivalent of cactus flower. You can get them in there. This is the only zone where you can actually get cactus flowers, so if you want to get them, you have to come to the desert. I would not suggest this quest for collecting them because this quest may take a while actually. So let's head on over to Area 8. I'll quickly explain what's in there and just show off the area because there isn't a whole lot in here. There's only a dung pile and one other thing which is going to become very annoying for a later quest, which is over there. You might see those eggs. As I said in the earlier bio, there are eggs there. There's also dung there where I ran past, but let's get out of here before these guys get really, really annoyed at me. So let's get out of here, back into Area 7, into the blazing sun, and jog across this desert, which I'm standing in a metal set of armor, running across a desert. This is probably really painful for my character. I mean, look at this. I'm running across a desert in armor that's probably, I don't know, like 50 degrees or something at this point, which would burn you. That'd be really painful. Never mind, let's move on and head into Area 2. There is no real place where the boundary and the exit actually is. You just sort of got to run out into the desert and eventually you'll go into the next area. And here we are in the next area. But first, before we go over there, I'm going to head over to this area down here, which is in the wall somewhere. If the clouds move, there we go. I can see again. I can see! Seas. Now where's the exit? Here it is, this little cave here. Let's go in here, and this area, as you can see, it's got a lot of mining points in there. There's one there, and one over there. So if you're looking for mining, you can come here. Only one place in here can you actually get Mashalite ore, which I believe is the far side of the one right at the back. That's where you can get Mashalite ore. So if you're looking for Mashalite ore, that's where you get it. But now we've covered that, I want to go over all of the monsters in here. Well, not go over them, but do the actual quest. So let's chase after that one that's popped out of the sand. Something you will notice about these creatures is that they rarely like to come out of the sand. Why did I do that? That's probably the noobiest mistake I could have made. What you want to do is just go up to the side of it and just smack the hell out of it. And not do that, preferably. These guys, as you can see, are pretty small. They're not exactly the most powerful, but they do class as flying wyverns. So be forewarned, these guys are not pushovers like Velociprey. And as you can see, there's kind of a lot of them. The Cephalos in this area will respawn continuously, so don't worry, you're never going to run out of them, and you're never going to run out of chances to get Piscine, Piscine, livers from these guys, so don't worry. You just got to bring them out and then just hit them with a hammer or whatever weapon you choose. The tail swipe thing, if you roll towards them, like towards their legs or to the left, you'll be able to avoid that. So there we go, I've already taken one down. Will I get lucky? Wow, that was close. Something to note is that these guys can paralyze you if they hit you while going through the air like that. Something else worthy of note is that when they do that, you have a moment where you can hit them, so that's quite nice. When they pop out of the ground like that and spit sand at you, if I can show it off again, that'd be fantastic. And I have to wait for one of them to come around, but while I wait, I'm going to drink some first aid kits. I don't know why I'm drinking a first aid kit, but never mind. There we go, this guy's going to do it. What I'm going to do is charge up my weapon. And, wait for it. Now release it. Bam! There we go, I hit the wrong one because that one pushed it out of the way. I have no idea where it's gone. There it is. So this is how you're going to want to do it. You're going to want to wait until they're still and then get a blow in on them. This is how this quest is pretty much going to go. It's just this for a while. Something that can make it easier is if you have sonic bombs, which instantly bring them up. So once I'm done with this guy, I'll show that off. For goodness sake, stop pushing them away from me. So let's get back a bit and try and avoid all the other ones that are trying to get in on our party. There we go. Get another hit in him. As you can see, these guys have got decent defense. So B41, they're not exactly the easiest thing to kill with very blunt weapons. Hammers are very suggested since it's very easy to beat them up while they're underground. Attack them while they're under the sand. So that's why I highly suggest hammers for this, since you can do a lot of damage with one attack. Right, so now I'm going to wait for one to come round. He's going to avoid me. At some point, they do stop. They will stop just in a certain place, the same place, every time they get to that point in their rotation. I think they rotate around the same area 3 times and then loop that sequence again and again and again. So if I throw this now, there we go, he pops out of the ground, giving us a chance to... Okay, I missed my chance because another one hit me. Let's just smack it with my hammer. Their fins are the hardest part of their body, so try not to hit the fins. Try to go for other... Oh dear. If my camera was at a better angle, you may have noticed that that attack, that hip check as it's called by the fans, it can hit you even if you're miles away from it, because the attack box for that is awful. And any creature that uses that attack, yeah, they're all really bad. It's a little sad that that's pretty bad, but that's one of the things that's unfortunate about this game. He's running away, which is unfortunate as well. But yeah, that's one of the things that's unfortunate about this game, is that the monsters, when they do that hip check attack, they sometimes can just cut like right through you even though you're really far away, which is unfortunate, but oh well. So I'm probably going to cut out some of this quest because, well, I'm just doing this for a while and that's probably kind of boring if I'm just doing this for a long period of time, and we've already dragged on to nearly 20 minutes worth of episodes, so I'm probably going to cut out a bit until I have 3 livers, or if I can just get them really quickly, that'd be fantastic. Otherwise this episode is going to be the first time I split an episode in 2, which I don't particularly want to have to do a whole lot throughout this LP, and I don't want to make this the first one where I do it. So let's just take this guy down. Down you go. There we go. He's down. Let's carve him up. How many items have I got? Oh, great. I've only got 1 so far. So yeah, this is going to take a while. I'm not too lucky at the moment with getting the items I want. So I might cut until I get the next one out of the ground. So, cutting away. Okay, I didn't really say, but I managed to take one down already. There we go. I've got another piscine liver. I don't know how to pronounce it. I didn't really say that I was cutting back. I just started taking that one down. So there we go. Just 1 more to go, and this quest will be done. Let's just wait for another one to come round. Playing the waiting game. I'm just going to combine some gunpowder with some screamers to make some sonic bombs. There we go. Okay, here's our next customer. Take him down. There we go. I've missed. Okay, here we go. Chase him down, wait for our time. Here we go. Bam! He's out of the sand. So yeah, this quest is kind of taking a long time. Oh, I took him down in 1 hit. That's pretty fantastic. Come on, give me a sign liver. Come on. Yes! There we go. I've got 3 now. So there we go. I probably didn't have to cut any of that out, actually. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll show it. Maybe I won't. Do a bit of post-commentating. But never mind. Let's head back before I die of dehydration or something. Instantaneous dehydration. I don't know. Let's head back. Then again, thinking about it, I'm probably going to have to cut that out because I've got to do some armor bios and weapon bios after this quest, because after doing this quest you get some Cephalos materials that can make weapons and armor out of it, so I'm probably going to be showing those when I get back to the village or on the way back after I've done the reward screen. And I'm going to come over here and pick up a free cool drink to replace the one I used, so there we go. So that quest, it wasn't too bad. It's just this episode's been a bit long because, well, I was exploring the entire desert and then I had kind of a repetitive and dragging on quest. So there we go. We've done that now. That is out of the way. Quest complete. Come on, let's get to the rewards. Let's see our rewards. Big money, big money, big money. Small monster bones, wyvern claws, and a piscine jaw. Lovely. That's a fantastic horde, which is not really that amazing. Never mind. We were hoping for more Cephalos materials, but never mind. There we go. That's all we're getting. So I'm going to cut now and show the weapon and armor bios. Okay, and the first up of the new weapons that we can create now that we have Cephalos materials is the Agito Greatsword. Not sure what Agito means. I'm guessing it's Japanese. When I googled it, all I got was that it's the Latin term for I move. I don't know if that's correct or not. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But as you can see, it requires piscine jaws. I think that's how you pronounce it. So it requires one piscine jaw. This is an upgrade to the regular Greatsword bone tree, so if you're looking to upgrade it, this is the time you can do it. This is the quest you want to go out on. It's a decent weapon, however its sharpness is a little bit low. However, moving on to the next weapon, and as you can see, it's an upgrade to the Agito blade, the Dragon Agito blade, or Wyvern's Jaw according to its description. Not quite sure what's happening with this weapon tree's descriptions and lore. It's a bit all over the place, but never mind. Its attack has gone up to 576, which is fantastic. Its sharpness is up in the green, which is really good at this point in the game. It's going to require quite a few items to make this weapon, so be aware when you try to make it, it's going to take a little while to collect everything. But moving on to our next weapon. And up next we have a light bowgun called the Sandstorm. Quite an awesome name for quite an awesome weapon. As you can see, it's got an attack of 120 to 180, which is pretty nice for this point of the game for a light bowgun. It's got a reload speed of very fast, which is its main draw. That is the fastest bowgun I think you're going to find offline, so that's really nice. As you can see, it requires a couple of Cephalos materials and a couple of ores. As you can see, Mashlite is going to be the major thing for this weapon. It's going to be the major problem with making this weapon. But moving on to the ammo, and as you can see, it can use every level 1 ammo from the first page, which is really nice. It can use up to level 3 normal. I don't normally use level 3 normal because it's kind of difficult to get a hold of at this point in the game, and it just burns up a space in your inventory, so I wouldn't suggest it. It can use level 2 poison, which if you can get a hold of it, could be quite useful for an upcoming quest that I'm going to do. I'm still lampshading to that. You'll find out very soon what that is, but for now, let's move on to the next page of ammo. And as you can see, it can use every type of ammo from this page except Dragon Shot, which is that one rare type of ammo which nothing can use. So as you can see, it uses nearly everything. It uses both level 1 and level 2 of both stun and sleep, which is fantastic. So if you're looking for a variety of ammo, really fast bowgun, this is for you. This is probably the best you're going to get for light bowguns until very late in the game. And then they won't have as fast reload speed and won't have as much variety of ammo. They'll just be more powerful. So if you're looking for one that's not as powerful, very fast, variety of ammo, this is for you. This can do pretty much everything. But up next we have armor. And as you can see here, we have the Cephalos Blade Master armor. And as you might notice, it's got incredibly low thunder resistance. It's incredibly weak to thunder. However, when thunder rolls around, it's going to be incredibly late in the game, and if you're still using this armor then, I would suggest just upgrading to any of the higher tier armors. You may notice it's got incredibly high defense for this point in the game, which is fantastic. However, it's kind of overshadowed by the fact that this armor is incredibly hard to make and incredibly frustrating to make, because getting those scales and fins and getting that much Mashlite ore at this point in the game is going to take you an incredibly long time to do. Trust me, I had to do it twice and it took so long. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to note before changing over to the Gunner armor is that these armors, both Gunner and Blade Master, share the same abilities. They have the ability increased chance of antidote success. I'm not quite sure what that exactly means. It might mean that you have an increased chance of making antidotes, so combo rate. Or it might mean that there's an increased chance of the antidote working, which seems a little weird since they always work for me. I've never had one fail. It just pop up and say your antidote has failed. Never had that. I'm guessing it's combo rates. But moving on to the Gunner armor. And as you can see for the Gunner armor, the defense has dropped quite a bit. However, the resistances for water has jumped right up, which is pretty good. However, you're not going to be seeing any water for a long time. And you're never going to see dragon attacks, so that's completely pointless. That massive defense to dragon incredibly pointless, still incredibly hard to get. However, it does have one other ability that is incredibly helpful, and that is health plus 10. Health plus 10 basically puts up your health by an extra notch all the time, so it's always going to be higher. So it's the same as if you used a nutrients, it's going to boost it up by the same amount. So that means in quests you would only have to ever use a nutrients instead of a mega nutrients, which would be quite useful. However, that's all I've got to say about the Cephalos armor for now, so back to the video. Okay, and I'm back in the village, so there we go. Sorry that was quite a long episode, but then again we were exploring a new area and had a really long quest, so I'm sorry about that. I didn't intend for it to drag on that long. But never mind, that's enough for now, so thank you very much for joining me for Let's Play Monster Hunter. Next time we're going to go out and do another 3-star quest, so look forward to that. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, and all the other good stuff. I've been HazzD, and I'll see you next time.